Well, joining me now is someone I'm looking forward to seeing much more of on Sky this year. A few years back now, I rang her up and said, why don't you come on to the Hardgrave program? And she did. So she's part of the alumni. Now the new host of The Royal Report, Caroline Di Russo, is joining me from Perth. Welcome, Caroline. Congratulations.
Hi, how you going?
Let's get straight into it. Yeah, all really good. I'm very excited for you. But what is this Royal Report going to be all about? I believe we have a bit of an opener here, so let's have a look at what's planned.
This is The Royal Report with Caroline Di Russo.
Well, it's very, very regal. Are you going to wear a tiara?
Look, that can be arranged, Gary, and as you know, I'm always up for something sparkly, so if I can get that past the producers, I absolutely will. Look, we've got a coronation coming up. We have got a coronation coming up, and obviously there's plenty Sussex news, which if January is anything to go by, Gary, we are going to be chock full of content for this show in the coming months. But so some of it is obviously going to be Harry and Meghan related, but we're going to a coronation and we haven't had one of those since 1953. So there's going to be lots of other really interesting royal and royal-related type news coming up. Upcoming to the coronation, maybe in relation to, you know, republic versus monarchy. There are plenty of other kind of constitutional intricacies, which, as you know, Gary, I'm a massive nerd, so I'm really hoping that we get to tease some of that out on the Royal Report.
Well, massive nerd, I've got some material I'm going to make available to you that actually talks about that 53 coronation, which might be very helpful to you. But anyway, we'll watch that space with interest. Harry, of course, he may not be in the royal family 16 weeks from now, but he subjected us all to yet another interview today. Here's a little clip of Harry.
I have a huge amount of compassion for her, you know, being the third person within my parents' marriage. You know, she's my stepmother. I don't look at her as an evil stepmother. I see someone who married into this institution and has done everything that she can to, you know, improve her own reputation and her own image for her own sake.
So, Carolyn, what have you made of this latest interview?
Well, it's just more. It's just more. It's like the podcasts and the photo ops and the Netflix series and everything. Like, it wasn't enough. So now we need it in print, and then we need it with a follow-up interview to kind of set the context. And it really, in a sense, Gary, it's much of the same. And when you kind of get to the end of it, quite frankly, yeah, there's the odd little bit of something a little bit scandalous or salacious here and there. But ultimately, I get to the end and I think, oh God, that is one really sad individual. Like, I can't imagine having to feel like it's appropriate to have those sorts of close and should be otherwise private family conversations just fleshed out in public. I actually find that really quite sad, and evidently someone who isn't quite sure how to manage conflict or emotion. As far as Camilla goes, look, I remember the days when she was the mean old Camilla Parker Bowles, as she then was. She has done such an excellent job in just getting down to business, working really hard. You know, she's involved in so many charities, so much charity work, and she really now, as the Queen Consort, it's almost like she's had this total change, this total makeover. Make Madonna blush.